Good evening, everyone. So today is June 20th. It's Saturday, and I don't want to sound unprofessional. I feel like there's a standard of professionalism on YouTube, but I'm going to make today a little longer because this is going to be I always believe that Sundays and Mondays are like the reset days for people. And so I just want to have Saturday be like my precursor for that and my expectations for next week. And I'm going to grab my little notebook as well. Something I've learned on YouTube, I don't know if someone even watches these, but the greatest YouTubers that I actually love and enjoy, I'm going to give y'all a little hint. One of them has the same name as me. But I would lose my mind if I ever met her. I don't know. But I've always noticed that she does not stop talking in her videos, and I appreciate that. So I try to do the same thing for mine. So basically I'm saying to have retention in your audience, I believe that you have to keep talking no matter what. Like if your video is 40 minutes, you better be talking for the whole 40 minutes. So today, I actually have been writing in this book more often since I want to say day 2 or 3, which is the first videos on this page. So I think that having an activity log has helped me have better discipline. This is just something that works for me. It doesn't have to work for you. This is very, minute information. Like this is just for the audience to just watch me go through this thing. And when I do make my final video of the choreo that I'm making, I want everyone to kind of know like it didn't take, it didn't happen overnight. So today was very interesting because I was out all morning with someone who lives out of town, but they're kind of a family friend. So I just wanted to check in with them before they left. I noticed a lot of my life that I have been in a lot of silence. Like I don't think that that's a bad thing. I'm very grateful for it. What I mean by that is my home life is very quiet. And that's been the same story since I was little. With that silence, I feel like a lot of my determination and motivation does not have support. So that means like when I'm doing things, I don't feel like I can look inside of myself and say, who has supported you? Because I'm not even sharing with, my mother or my sister. And when I do, I can only remember it being from the ages of 20 and beyond. So like when I was younger, sure, I played basketball, but like because basketball wasn't my version of like the life that I wanted for myself, the support didn't mean anything. So I think it's just a lot of like uncovering that I'm doing at 23, which is like just right now as I dance, as I make music, as I act. That support matters. And if that work is not complete, or if that work is not being shared, if it's not being recorded, I'm going to feel like I don't have support. But that's not what it is. My brain is just tricking me into thinking I don't have support because I'm not sharing anything. But in this climb of discipline, I'm realizing like support matters for my persistence, or like the constant evolving of the work I'm doing. But aside from that, that's something that I checked in with someone today about, so I just wanted to share it. I learned today the more I go out, the more likely I am to socialize. I've been wanting to socialize really badly. I live in Harlem. So you put 2 and 2 together. I said there's no perfect circumstance to use your body. I think that as a dancer, a lot of my practice time, I can't even tell you what it is. It's not even consistent. I'm not even doing dance on a consistent day. Like I'm not doing it every Monday, like I'm literally just like doing it whenever I want. And that's bad. That's the first time I probably said that on camera. Like I want y'all to know, like even this check-in, I'm not really sure how to check in, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. But that's what I'm posting this for, so that people know, like YouTube, if you're trying to do a free form, if you're not trying to follow someone else, this is what it would look like for me. like just day by day recording until I figure out a structure that works. So there's no perfect circumstance to use your body. Like, I think that learning point came after I stopped doing dishes because I was overwhelmed by something that was on the TV. And then I was like, okay, let me just go take a bath and lay down. That would have stopped me from practicing dance today, just so you know. And it's 9:13 p.m. Like, and this had to be around 7 or maybe 6 that I was already giving up on like dancing today at all. So that was a big motivation to myself. Like, turn them distractions off. Those things that like make you start overwhelming yourself and making you say, let me go lay down. Something in that environment is distracting you. If you have to, I say this, I plead the blood of Jesus over this, I plead the blood of Jesus over that. Like, if you are religious and believe in God, the God that has a son named Jesus, if that's what you believe in, that's what I say, because it just helps my space. But when you are being distracted, you're not going to feel that. But today I said, I just got up and started to dance. I said, Morgan, can you help my sisters? I said, can you help me record something? Can you help me go to the park? And she didn't want to. It's my sister. But she, you know, those questions started to push me out of that distraction space. And then on my way home, I was thinking of something personal. I'm not going to share it because it's not something that I've done, but it is something physical, like a physical, the word I'm looking for is kind of like performance space that I want to make, but I don't want to talk about it because it's not sanctioned. But basically I wrote down what the banner on that wall would be, which is meet me at the top, it's getting lonely. So I want to have that in my space. And it's based on a song, Hard by Rihanna. That's my favorite song by her. And then I wrote down 2 people who I know are dancing that my sister knows very well that I would be comfortable with having like accountability sessions with. I wrote down an activity log. I even made a very important choice today to have like a date where I say I'm making Saturdays my bread day. So basically my cheat day. I didn't have a cheat day before this. So that may transfer into my discipline as well. Once I get a strict schedule, I'll be like, hey, your cheat days are this for your discipline, but we're not there yet. The last thing, there is a person that I met, I never met the person, but I don't know if this is relatable. Like, I went to this event called Gov Ball, and there was a girl there, and she was near the Double Dutch station. She just looked like someone I wanted to learn from. I don't know. I just have that like eye for people sometimes. It might not be accurate, but she was just like, I don't know. I really want to find her, but I basically wanted to ask her like a couple questions. One being like, do you dance? Do you run track? Like, do you do something every week that's on a consistent basis? Can I like join you? You know, sometimes there are people that I can learn from that I want to that I want to meet, you know. And then I wrote down a big paragraph about what that triggering moment today at the sink was, because, you know, my sister puts on something, I don't even know the name of the cartoon, but the cartoon just hit a dark turn, and that's what I was listening to, and that's when I started having these overwhelming thoughts of like, I'm not gonna be anything, like I was like going through something. So getting up and dancing changed that. So all in all, oh, and the last thing, I wrote down my paralyzers. I don't know if this is again, please do not listen to anything I'm saying and try to apply it to your life. This is just my story. This is my journey on discipline ever since realizing like life is a series of starting, stopping, growing. Like, I don't think that anything you do in this life is going to put you in this circumstance of like, I can't grow from this. I don't believe in that right now at 23. I mean, I haven't really lived life, but I just think that, you know, I've been dancing for a year, and this training that I'm doing now is so different that it now feels like dance is more special. It just became more special to me because I learned how to train, how to have a certain approach to myself. I'm gonna speed this up because someone's rushing me. I wrote down 3 paralyzers, 3 sections of my paralyzers. So that's for scripts, that's for dance, that's for music. What that is just like, if I've met a wall with these things, or like if I felt like I couldn't choreograph for some song, I wrote them down. And I did not do my face lymphatic massage today. That is going to be done after this video. I did a body exercise, my body lymphatic exercise that I do all day. Not all day. I do it once a day. So whenever you hear that in a video, like my body lymph exercises, one exercise I do for 15 minutes. And then my face lymphatic massage 15 minutes. But if I do anything past that, that is additional. Because right now, the only thing that matters outside of that is strength training, which I've only done one time this week, quote unquote. If I do it tomorrow, I guess my weeks are going to be Saturday to Saturday. I know that sounds silly, but I want it to be this day. I think Saturday is a really beautiful day to have it. And yeah, I just wanted to get on here and let everyone know this is day... I don't know what day it is. If it's not day 5, it's day 6, but I believe it's day 5. And again, please just know this is just my life. You know, I'm a human at the end of the day. And this journey would not be possible without God at all, because when I get into it deeper, like, in this life, I've felt what it's like to be far from God, and you feel far from yourself when you're like that, at least for me. I'm speaking like you, as in like, if I could speak to myself. When I don't know, this is weird, I'm probably gonna cut that out. No, I'm gonna leave it in. I feel like there's different things you can touch on when you talk about a personal relationship with God, but it's personal, so people may not understand. But I don't want this to be advice that someone's like, oh my goodness, like, you know, I have to do exactly this. Like, discipline looks different for people, but I think mine is support-based. And so I'm saying that as a person whose support system doesn't look the way they want it to yet, and that feels like having support is so hard when you yourself don't feel like you have anything to bring once that support is there. This discipline is just so that anytime, you know, I'm on the street and I see someone dancing and I want to dance with them, like, I'm ready for that. Or if I meet someone like that person at Gov Ball, who was doing double dutch and like recording and jumping from one thing to the other. She had on braids. She had braids and like this white cami, like a cami top, whatever. I'm sure, I don't think she would ever see this, but I'm just saying, like, someone like that, you know, they're like, that discipline, you got to build it by yourself. I'm pretty sure that's what she would have told me. And I would have had to be like, wait, let me lock in, you know, because that's what anyone would tell you. That's what I've seen and felt from the realm of filmmaking. Like, your discipline is what gets you there. Whatever there is, like, for me, being there is having a director pick up my script. But what do I have to do? I have to write the script, you know? So these are just the steps back to myself after feeling far from it. And the way I found out was through God, honestly. Like, praying that if this desire that I have to do these 3 disciplines is not from you, that you change me and change my desires, and I have not felt that, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. And on top of that, it's also been about knowing that if I ever have to not, if I ever feel like dance, music, acting are not the things that God wants me to do, I have to know that it's gotta happen. It will be painful, but that I don't get attached to those things in a way where I'm like, oh no, like this is bad, because I've learned from other people who follow God, and this is from someone on YouTube. I'm not gonna say who. I mean, maybe one day I will, but I don't want to. I've learned like stepping away from it or having that detour eventually put them in the spot to receive that same thing again. So, let's say I have to step away from dance for a while, or from music, or from acting. Like, who knows, in a year, that same opportunity comes from someone I met at the new job that I was at, and I take it because that's what I was supposed to do, So it's been that journey. This journey is very different from all the journeys I've taken in my life. And I have a lot, but I don't want to derail the message of just, this is day blank. I don't know what day it is. And I just want to keep going, because at this moment, I'm still a beginner. Like, I don't know if that was said. I started acting classes in March. I paid a pretty penny for them, but they were so worth it. I'm a picky learner. I didn't know that until I took class with this wonderful teacher of mine. And I think that's from that moment I said, okay, if I'm picky, a lot of things that I'm picky about will not benefit me, But that's another story for another time. I learned that today because dancers, you have to learn choreo from a choreographer. I've only done that a handful of times, and I'm like rejecting the whole idea of taking dance classes. And I'm like catching myself do that. I'm like, Madison, like, you want to dance, but you have to follow choreo. So you have to learn, in addition to the 2 routines and 3 routines and 4, whatever it is that you're doing in that moment. That's long-winded because it's not structured yet. You got to know that one day you got to do a choreo-based path, because choreo, learning that in itself is like crazy, So yeah, I did, if I could do a number today, I did about 30 minutes of dance. None of it was structured. All of it was in my, my own form, which I know sounds crazy, but I believe that people have their own form when they're, so basically freestyling, free form. And then my 15-minute things, the face one I have to do right now, but this is my longer version. It's gonna post on YouTube. If you're watching this, I have all the other days that I did. It's not supposed to be back to back to back, because I believe that being consistent is beautiful, but being consistent, no matter if you miss a day, that's the type of value that I want to hold myself to. I don't want to put myself down because I missed one day, but it is really rewarding to know that I've been doing this for a couple of days straight. So that's why the dates are there and no title. But yeah, the goals for the week I will share tomorrow and Monday, but I do have 2 already in my mind right now. I'll say them as a closing out. Tuesday, I want to do my stretching class that I went to one time and got freaked out because I was like, wow, this stuff is really good. I didn't go. I went one time. I said, this is perfect for me, and then never went back. It's been like 5 months. I did that in February, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going backwards here. But Monday, there's also a dance party at 6:30. I think I'm going to do that because that's choreo-based. So, again, we're following our goals. And then Tuesday, I'm doing back and forth. I'm doing the research of these careers because although I'm picky, and I sometimes don't believe in the college system because I think colleges don't put you in a job quick enough. Like, I'm very impatient. I feel like if you have more knowledge on what you want to look for. You can join a social club and get the same benefits as a college. But again, this is my opinion. It's not fact. My family literally disagrees with me. So hold your horses. But I feel like the research part of it is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the truth, and I'm looking for people that have done the career already that I'm looking to do. So I want to research people that have danced, ways that they've helped the community, because that's something I want to do. But also just like freestyling as a form, how people you know, feel about the format, or what types of jobs are in that format outside of choreographing, because the only thing people think of with dance, especially me, is just like you choreograph or you follow the choreography. And I feel like there's so much more than that, at least today in 2026. So I just want to find like a book that can do that type of information for those three things: dance, music, creation, especially instrumentals or specifically instrumentals for like the 2015, 2018 sound, and TV shows and movies, and acting. Because, acting, actually, I probably wouldn't read a book on acting just yet. I'm still in a beginner stage, and my classes really help, but I would probably just read some Shakespeare, or, yeah. And what I'll try to do a timed session on each discipline, because I believe in my head I can't do all three in the same day, and I think I'm slowly peeling back like the I can't. It's like you want to multitask, so you have to learn what's my not dosage. The word is probably my tolerance on multitasking, like concentrated multitasking. So yeah, Monday and Tuesday, those are my plans. Did I post on Pinterest today? Let's see. I took pictures for Pinterest. I do remember that. Let's check. And you know what I did on Pinterest today as well? I saved some pins about on what my clothing would be if I ever hit a red carpet. I put like different images of outfits. I did like the color scheme. I did a Tuscan house theme, because I think clothing can reflect that. I love flare leggings. I saved this for my birthday in November, because I do want to do a party. And then I saved this because fashion is actually beautiful, and I want to learn that as well. And these are all saved today, from here up. And I did post today on Pinterest. This is a street in Harlem. I didn't even know it existed, but I love it. It's like a little, vent, but it's got like protection around it. I've never seen that. And then they have the tree vines on the wall. I've never seen that either. I took a lot of photos today. I'm gonna post them right now. Took this photo yesterday. Trunk seat. When I get my first like on Pinterest, I'm gonna celebrate somehow on here. But yeah, this is my long-winded video. I'm probably not gonna do no more. And then I have a plant now. I got a new plant today. A gift. I asked for a plant, and I got one. So these are all my wins of the day. Yeah. Dab on them. Peace.